I wanted to talk a little bit about Daniel Cormier's involvement in Francis Ngannou defeating Stipe Miocic at UFC 260 because this is not necessarily talked about a lot or actually at all. Daniel Cormier defeating Stipe Miocic the first time that he did it by knockout, I believe, served as a great inspiration for Francis Ngannou being able to win when he eventually faced Stipe the second time. And the reason for this, in my opinion, is because he saw that it was possible. He saw the man that beat him being knocked out. And I believe that this served as a great inspiration for Francis Ngannou. Because before this, Stipe only had two losses, but the fight against Junior Dos Santos that he lost was a complete and utter war. And the Stefan Struve fight was a fight that it involved a lot of punches. It was not one punch where you just catch the guy. It involved a lot of punches. So, it was not going to be like you get lucky, you catch him one time and you knock him out. And the fight with Stefan Struve, it wasn't a clean knockout. It was a TKO. And there was also a component of the ring being slippery since, or I should say the octagon, as Stipe Miocic did seem to slip into Stefan Struve's last punch. That was the one that resulted in the TKO. So for Francis Ngannou to see Daniel Cormier knocking out Stipe Miocic in the fashion that he did, I believe served as a great inspiration for him to be able to go ahead and do it himself. But then it surfaced that it wasn't just this, but actually that Daniel Cormier actually went out to help Francis Ngannou. And he taught Francis Ngannou some sprawls. And that was incredibly useful for Francis Ngannou in his fight against Stipe because, as we saw in their second fight, Francis Ngannou sprawled, and that's what negated the takedown that Stipe did on him. So Daniel Cormier's role in helping Francis Ngannou defeat Stipe Miocic was a very, very big one. We don't know if it would have happened regardless, but it was an incredible role. And I don't know that I've seen Francis publicly thank DC for this, but it was an incredible help for him. And it just shows what a great champion Stipe Miocic was, that Francis was frustrated in the Derek Lewis fight, and then at the end of the day, 3 years later, still needed the help of an Olympic wrestler to help him in being able to overcome this giant that he was not able to overcome on his own prior. And Stipe Miocic just doesn't get the credit, After all of that, people still just say that Francis would murk him and whatnot if they had a trilogy and don't give him any shot. They're not giving him a shot against John Jones, and they would likely or can be surprised. Like and subscribe.